So today I'll be sharing my field audit results from my recent experience. My two attractions were E.T. Adventure and Revenge of the Mummy at Universal Studios. So first I did E.T. I do think it's worth note this was done about an hour to park close on an HHN night. So this was closer to the end of the day. But I think they were experiencing sort of like a stay and scream / like park dump rush because ET's not open during HHN, and then also it's a family attraction that is really popular in the park, so people are upset when it closes early. So the first thing, the wait time was posted at 35 minutes and we ended up waiting 20 minutes, so we were definitely on the shorter end. It was very busy when we were coming in, like just a lot of people walking up, and there was only one greeter, which also was splitting the express side to the standby side. So when we were coming up, like no one said anything to us because he was handling the disability passes, like writing people return times and like telling people where to go. Like there was definitely like just like a lot going at him. So that he also didn't check anyone's height. So, and I know that it's not like a big ride, so maybe it's not as much of an issue, but it was still just something that I didn't observe. I did observe most other things. They, checked our restraints properly. They checked everyone. They held the gate for someone when she was having issues with her restraint. It was, overall they did most things. The only other things of note was that when me and my partner got on the ride, the team member did check both of our restraints with one hand, and it was a really just like a really light, like just checking a box. It's just kind of how it seems. So it's like, I know that it's not a very dangerous attraction, but it still was like, it wasn't a great feeling. So like for me, it's like, okay, not a great feeling, but then imagining a guest who is unsure about rides, doesn't ride frequently, like it definitely would not be a comfort if it was anyone else and he's checking everyone's restraints this way. So that, I would say, if I worked on the attraction, would definitely be addressed. We did observe in-ride announcements. There's a pre-recorded one outside for safety features, for warnings about health issues. That sort of the board read was outside, and then inside was they were speaking to each other. I didn't know what they were saying, but it was team members communicating. And then also they did an announcement so they made an announcement for people to not sit on the fences in the line, and then they made another announcement while we were actually on the ride. And they were performing well. They were all repeated twice, normal speaking volume, all good. The only thing that was not working on the ride that I experienced was Botanicus didn't come up in the queue. So he's a big animatronic that comes out and speaks while you're in the line. And the last few times that I've been there, that hasn't been working. I think the last time I saw it work was earlier this year, like early in the year. So I don't know where he's been, but he's not working. And then also at the end, there's like a water feature, and I did notice there was like some like mildew or like some buildup of something in there with like, there's like standing water in like the animatronic's mouth. So that definitely should be cleaned, but I know they went under refurbishment recently, so most things are in good working order. The second attraction we went on was during HHN, and it was Revenge of the Mummy. So it was posted at 35 minutes as well. We waited 27. It was during HHN, so everything was well staffed. Like there were 3 team members outside. There was one that was like directing people to either side, and then there was one at standby checking bags, checking heights, and then there was another at Express. So the Express line is a separate line, so I didn't see any of that, so I don't know what the rest of the Express process looked like. But for standby, everything was observed. Like they were very on the ball. People didn't know to go to the other side of the queue because it's a wraparound, so a team member came up and like split the line and directed people the other way so they could keep people going. Like very on the ball with everything. Everyone checked restraints. Everyone was holding the team member at the control panel at the front corner was waiting. They were all very communicative. Like, it was good. They were doing everything. The only thing that was missed that I saw was the ride elements. They weren't necessarily out of order, but the ride was like off time. So like it seemed like they had sent us early, because when we were coming in, we could hear the, like when the ride first started, we could hear what was being said to the cart in front of us. Like the end of the speech for that room was still going when we were coming in. So it was definitely like ahead there. And like we came into a room, it would just be like silent for a minute where like the gap should have been, and then we had to wait, and it would be like, it was just, we were off time. And then also there's a fog effect at the end, like the very last one, and that one was not working. But it wasn't so obvious. Like if you didn't know it was there, then you wouldn't notice that it wasn't working. Like it looked like the rest of the ride, but because I've been on the ride, I knew that it was not working. And the after ride check was also very thorough. I did note that the guy was, he was looking at me kind of funny for like while I was just watching him and like staring at him, but he was very thorough. So Mummy had more observed items, but I think that it's also due to the fact that they were staffed for an event, and ET's biggest issues were staffing. They both performed well overall, and my suggestion to actionable items is that ET should move, because they had 2 team members at their express merge inside, and I think one of them should move outside to assist the grader. I don't really know why there's 2 people inside for a very one-person position, especially with facial recognition. Like there doesn't need to be 2 people there. So that's it. Thank you.